Hey, this is Benedick, and I wanted to go live here in lieu of a Wellness Saturdays, and hey, update you on what's been going on here in Hawaii with the eruptions that are literally just over there, about 10-15 miles, and we're now in like the second week of this, and so it's like going on, and it's even getting, it has gone up and down intensity-wise, but right now it's back at full intensity again, actually even more so than ever before. So what we've been observing in, the community is, the stress that they're under, the 2,000 people that have evacuated out of that area, and the sulfur fumes, they were bad for 1 or 2 days, but I didn't hear of any injuries from it. But now the trade winds have come back in again. It's blowing east, down towards the south rather, and so we've got like this whole energy thing happening here. And it wasn't until Monday this week, at the beginning of the week, that I suddenly realized that, oh my God, we got this thing going on here, and it's pretty intense, right? And wow. And I kind of like got excited because some of the original stuff that brought me to Hawaii in the first place was around having lucid dreams with the night walkers, and that was my invitation. And so I kind of got excited, that this was like actually manifesting and feeling, how invasive that must be for the people that are being invaded, by nature there. And that's how, we're helping one another out because of it. And, it's all about that community coming towards day and getting towards a community, establishing community and having a common resources, survival resources that you can share between neighbors and friends and community that way. And how, publicly we've been discommunicated, rather, it's encouraged that we have one local government that oversees everything. And, so, my Wellness Saturdays, I've decided to hold off on those for now, simply because I've kind of like said what I had to say in that series. There is more that I know now about the light equation and the way that it's affecting us, and and also, a big plus for me is from those practices that I talk about in the Wellness Ninja Manifesto that I've been putting into practice in my own life. I'm now basically free of, I have been free of any inhaler for over a month now, and that's due largely through partial fasting, but it's also the other stuff that I was doing as well, and so that's been a big plus. Electric stim wise, microcurrent wise, been using the stick-ons a little bit and experimenting with those, and been getting some really great results, and actually new suggestions from guys in the training too, in the coaching program. So that's been interesting to learn the difference between, the scanner electrodes and what you can do with the stick-ons, which is a totally different way of application and totally different sets of results. And so that's been interesting, exploring all of these things. So that's what I've been doing. And meanwhile, during the night I woke up several times and there were booms going off over that direction, big-ass booms, just like boom, boom. And there's people living over close down there. They're behind a ridge from me, down about 500 feet from where I am, downhill, and about 10 miles over that way. So that fault line is completely separate. We're above that fault line. That fault line has dropped historically over previous episodes. So that's, the big lava show that's going on in there. And on the inner side, it's like that purging and that, that embodiment of the force and the eruptions and the spontaneity and all of that amazing outpouring that's happening down there with those lavas. And you look at those shots of the lava lakes forming with these big, beautiful fountains of lava right behind, like some amazing fireworks show, and these booms, hurling up hundreds of feet. Yeah, hundreds of feet. And then we've got the Halemaumau going off and ash pouring out of that because now it's unplugged over there and lava's flowing out higher up 2,000 feet or so up there, maybe 3. They've got that Halimamau, that whole area has dropped down, so it's like purging through now and running through the tunnels, lava tubes, and the fault line itself. So that's the update on the Hawaii thing. I'm in no danger here. The danger would be with, well, I'm in no danger. The idiots like putting nuclear power stations on fault lines, which is what they've basically done everywhere. And they did the same thing here, where they were trying a hydrothermal plant to convert the thermal energy into electricity, and they were using fracking fluids in there too. So they got some of those out, they got the most of it out, but they've got a lot in the groundwater down there. And that's right on that same fault line. So that's a major concern now. They're pumping water in there to try and keep it cool, but who knows what's going to happen when that goes, because that's going to be a lot of toxicity cloud as that's blowing through. Over here, on this side of that outpouring, we're generally free. Hilo's down in town next to the ocean. They've been getting it, but we've been getting the trade winds yesterday they blew back in again. But we had a plume, that was a few days ago, we had a plume go up 30,000 feet that came in at 4:07 or something one morning. And just that plume of that hot steam and must have been ash in there too. It went up apparently 30,000 feet. So that was quite a rocket that morning, or mini explosion going up. Yeah, I missed that. I didn't see it. And so anyway, that's it. So next thing, I'm putting together. What I'm working on now is of course the coaching programs. And probably if you've watched the series or you're new to the series, there is a compendium of different titles that I've put together. And what I'll do is I'll post that and that screenshot, and so that we have an index to each one of the Wellness Saturdays shows. And of course, any comments that you got there, fire them at me. Boom, and whatever else is on your mind. If you thinking of getting into the training or into the coaching, contact me, and we'll take it from there. And looking forward to getting your health, or working towards optimizing your health, however you choose that to be. It's it always starts with like doing small steps and growing with that. And so aloha from Hawaii, and boy, we've got the sun coming out now. Major tough. Oh, well, as we're here together, and why don't I take you for a walkthrough, show you around a little bit. So this is the trampoline. And so basically this was just land, kind of like this, before I got it. And this is what I've been doing over the last few years with my partner. And this is our kitchen area. And so we have an outside kitchen, and upstairs is the yoga studio where I have my office as well. And walk through here. And these structures are designed, the floors very specifically. They have vibroacoustics. They have vibroacoustics built into the floor. So this whole floor moves with the music. And that's my little music station there for playing the ukulele and singing. And this is the DreamWeaver, which is a vibroacoustic environment, and that I invented a number of years ago. So that's where I hang a lot of the time, of course. And outside I do a lot of gardening and rocking right now, moving stuff around and building new rock walls and shaping it all together. Actually, what it really amounts to is keeping the jungle back. This behind here, actually, see how this rock comes right out of the ground here? When this came down, this was a big bubble, and it would have had steaming hot lava coming out of it. And those were bubbles down there too. So the lava, we're all amongst that lava. It's quite amazing. Yeah, aloha. Ciao, ciao.